Welcome to another week. It is week 6, or week Jamie Alexiak, Trevor Daly, and really there's no one else who has had number 6 for the Penguins of relevance. Welcome to week 6 of Point Park Pens Talk.
Big rig.
Yes.
Jamie Alexiak. What a guy.
Now here is a guy.
Now this is a guy.
Yes.
Here's a guy.
I'm here with Jordan Slobodinsky. How are you, Jordan?
Good.
You're alive after this weekend.
Absolutely, somehow.
And Nick Verlansky.
I'm healthy again and not sounding like there's snot coming out of my nose.
And we are all back.
Oh, but I miss Snotty Berlansky 2K18.
Everybody does.
Okay.
Verlansky, take it away.
All right. Well, it's weird because last week I didn't have to take anything away.
Yeah, no,
Last week I kind of just sat here and enjoyed the view, which is no view because the window in front of us is of a storage closet.
Me and Jordan are pretty good view. What are you talking about?
The black.
Oh, that view of me.
I hate you.
Oh, I thought you said you are a good view. I thought you said you guys have a good view, which is understandable.
I hate you.
Well, we're going to jump right into our first discussion, which everybody knows the 1991 was the first Penguins Cup. 1992 was the second Penguins Cup, but a lot of people have said, and I've heard this for years and years.
Even players on the team said it.
Players on the team said it, that the 1992-1993 President's Trophy winning Pittsburgh Penguins were the best team of the 3 years, and they did not win the Cup. They lost in the first round.
The President's Trophy curse.
So that got us to thinking, which team is the best team between the team that won in 16, the team that won in 2017, and the team that we currently have going into the playoffs this year in 2018? It is an interesting conversation that we're going to have it again. If you have any opinions or any questions for us, send it to 412-TALK on Twitter and or text us if you have our numbers, and that is 412-TALK on Twitter, and we will respond to them accordingly.
To start off right away, it's the 16 and 17 teams, actually even 18, very similar teams for the most part.
They are kind of similar.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Not really.
There's a lot of differences.
There's a lot of different. No, there's more differences between this year and last year than last year and the 16, 17.
16 and 17 was more of like everyone was saying, this is basically the same exact team coming in again, so.
Everyone was saying, but we also added a couple of very good players.
Yeah.
And some not so good ones.
Well, yeah. That's the way hockey is, man.
But I will go down the list. Actually, I made this a little bit easier for us. We know the core players. Kessel's been here every year. Malkin, Crosby, Kunitz was there for 2 of them. So it's that kind of stuff's pretty easy. But I got a list here. In 2016, the players we had that we lost right after 2016 were Ben Lovejoy, Eric Fair, Bo Bennett, my name Jeff Zadkoff, Oscar Sundqvist, and Derek Pouliot. Those are players that played in the 2016 playoffs but didn't play in the 17 playoffs.
So, and out of those names, I feel like Lovejoy may have gotten the most playing time already.
Lovejoy did.
Yeah.
Jeff Zadkoff was Mr. Games 1 and 2 in the first series against the Rangers. So really, we didn't. Eric Fair played every game.
He did play every game.
Eric Fair was the fourth liner.
Yeah, he was.
Including a very big goal in Game 2 of the Caps series, the game winner.
Yes.
He tipped that up over the shoulder of Braden Holtby.
Yeah.
I remember that because that was on my Easter, which is Greek Orthodox Easter, not the regular Easter. I was there in the car listening to it because I was not in church yet.
No, but now you say Eric Fair also had a ton of playing time. I forgot that Eric Fair was.
Eric Fair did play a lot that season.
Yes.
The next season he didn't.
Mm-hmm. That's right, because we still had him.
We still had him for a while, and then we traded him.
Yeah.
Who did we trade him for? That was
someone in Toronto. Because that's where he went. He went to Toronto.
I mean, I'm looking at the list of people that we gained in 2017, and I can't.
We may have just gotten rid of him with.
I think we traded him a pick. Yeah.
No, what's it called? What's it called? What is it called? And you try to send to the minors.
Waivers.
Waivers. Thank you. We put him on waivers. That's what it was.
That's right.
I can't believe it took me that long.
That says traded for Steve Oleski. That's why we didn't put him on waivers. You lie. You liar. We traded him for Oleski.
Thank you.
Good job, Jordan. I'm very proud of you.
My name's Jeff.
Thank you, Jordan. Actually, I just thought because we got like nothing in return because we traded him and Alexi away for next to nothing. But
I don't even have Oleski on this list because he didn't play in any of the playoffs.
He didn't.
That's what I looked at was playoff lineups, and it's Jeff Zadkoff. That's a picture
Jordan
of Jeff Zadkoff.
A picture of Jeff Zadkoff
with the Stanley Cup. What a legend!
But
now he's in the Kings farm system doing absolutely nothing.
I mean, when you're behind Jonathan Quick.
That's very true. And Ben Scrivens.
Last year, though, he did have a decent amount of playing time backing up Jonathan Quick, I remember.
Yeah, because Jonathan Quick got hurt, and then Peter Budaj was the starter.
Yeah.
So in 26 after the 2016 Stanley Cup, we lost those players. We gained for the 2017 finals Josh Archibald, who played actually a couple games in the finals as well as a lot of games in the playoffs last year.
And he is now in Phoenix, being one of their top players.
Exactly. So can't discount Joshy Archibald. Jake Gensel obviously was huge. He was one of the leading scorers in the playoffs, the leading goal scorer in the playoffs, setting records for rookies. Ronnie Hainsey, who ended up being
My boy.
very good this year. I was not a big fan of Hainsey, obviously, because he didn't play too well.
Man, I hated when people were bashing Hainsey.
He didn't play well in the regular season. He played really well in the playoffs, and it took until the last game of the playoffs for me to be like, you know what, I'm going to stop being mean to Hainsey. I need to because he's played so well.
He tore it up in the finals.
He did.
Yeah.
Especially that goal in Game 5 where he made Mike Fisher and James Neal run into each other.
And
then dangled the whole way down the ice and received a beautiful Geno pass and
I
buried it.
I remember I tweeted before that game, when is everyone going to stop trashing Hainsey?
Right after that goal.
And then he did that. And
Yep, right after that goal. But other players that we had at that same year that we added were Scotty Wilson, played in the playoffs for the first time. He played in the finals a little bit. Carter Rowney, who is still with the team.
Surprising.
And Mark Streit, who did not play a single playoff game. No, he played.
No, he
have
did.
played a game. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had him on the list.
I was going to say, I think I remember him in the Ottawa series.
I don't remember in the Ottawa series, but I think he played a couple of games.
It might have been I don't remember. I just don't remember him.
I know he played in the second. It was the second or third round.
But
I
hey, he
thought
got
it
a
was
Stanley
against the
Cup.
Senators, yeah.
He got a Stanley Cup,
And then he retired.
And then he retired. And then this year, the big overhaul.
Yep.
We lost Kunitz, Hainsey, Daly, Cullen, Bonino, Wilson, Streit, and I have Wilson here twice because we miss him so.
Sure.
I think I miss Benito more than him.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm actually not missing Benino that much.
I'm missing Matt
truth.
Cullen.
I miss Matt Collins.
You guys miss Matt Cullen.
You don't?
No.
Why don't you miss Matt Cullen?
He doesn't-
Riley.
Well, Riley's so much better, but I still want Dad in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
You guys.
I
can
miss
want
Matt
that.
Cullen as a guy.
You guys can
As
the
a guy.
I miss this
You guys can
guy.
miss him all you want. I
But we
don't
did
personally.
gain a ridiculous amount of skill. We gained Riley Sheehan, and this is including call-ups from the minors.
Minors, yeah.
And players that could possibly play in the playoffs. Riley Sheehan, Dominic Simone, Zach Aston Reese, Derek Brassard, Jamie Alexiak, Matt Hunwick, JSD, and Josh Joris, who's on the left wing today in practice.
I'll tell you what. I totally forgot about Matt Hunwick.
Yeah, we trying to talk about
Because
him.
Matt Hunwick practices with Mark Recchi now on the defense.
Oh, that's right. I love this. I love this team, man. I love this team. Think Recchi could still rip it?
Oh, Recchi can still rip it.
Good.
You know who else can?
Who?
My boy Sergey Gonchar. They said the other day, before Matt Murray returned to practice with the team, that the only two players on the ice with all three of the goalies were Sergey Gonchar and Mark Recchi, firing away.
That's great. I remember I was at a
They were a little
preseason
sore
game.
before that game.
I remember I was at a preseason game for Sergey Gonchar's whenever he had his practice tryout. He scored a goal in that game, and I said he should be on this team. It was like a 50-year-old man. And then they cut him probably very smartly. But I remember I think that was like his last preseason goal.
His
That'd be-
last preseason goal.
That'd be an interesting little thing if like his last professional goal was scored while I was there.
That would be an interesting
That
thing.
actually, just like this little thing, it was a preseason game whenever he was on a professional tryout contract.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
Good little anecdote there.
Boom.
So here's the question. I've gone over the roster discrepancies between the years. What team do you guys think was the best? Or is the best?
Jordan, go first.
What?
I need to think. You're
Okay, Jordan wasn't even aware we were doing this until about 2 minutes ago.
You're right.
You, sir, I texted at like 10 a.m. this morning.
We also discussed this on
I'm
St.
gonna go with.
Patrick's Day.
I'm gonna go with
yeah,
last
but
year.
who remembers St. Patrick's Day?
I do.
That's a very good point. I'm gonna go with last year's team.
Okay.
Any reason as to why?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a reason.
We are going to discuss this in full, but if you want to give a little bit of reason for
Let me see. Yeah,
the
give him
genius
some
over here.
time.
Oh, do you want me to pull that back up?
Yeah, I just want to look at the names again.
Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, that's not cut off. You're good.
Okay. So obviously, I think we lost a lot of talent after last year, but I just think there was a lot of talent that was just consistent. I think is the right for that team. I didn't feel like they sputtered at all. Not to mention we also lost Marc-Andre Fleury after last year, so our goaltending was top notch.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you did forget him.
I forgot Fleury. Well, I was looking at players' goal scoring,
yeah,
and they don't have Fleury under the stats. I completely forgot we lost him. The
Don't
only
worry.
reason
Me and Jordan totally forgot about it too. 'Cause it was
No,
I remember Jeff Zadkoff
You
leaving,
said
but I
Zadkoff,
don't remember Mr.
You're-
401, Mr. tied for 12th in the NHL history in games won.
It's because you're still blown away. Jeff Zakoff was in the opening video.
I can't. And that was the first time they showed it, was when we were there, and we both looked at it and we said, "Was that Zadkoff? What the hell? Why is Zadkoff there?"
Yeah.
But no, I think the word for that team is consistent. The goaltending was unreal.
They really, honestly, it didn't look easy as a whole last year.
No.
But in
considering we
certain
got
games,
'cause
when they played the way they played in game 5 of the finals,
Yes.
in game 6, 5, 6 was away.
It was 5 of
In game
Ottawa.
5 against Ottawa,
Ottawa.
that was here. I was there.
I was at both of those games that you're referring to. Sorry.
Wait a minute. You were at the Ottawa game 5 where they won 7-0?
Yeah, I actually remember sitting there at one
Why
point.
did you not?
Because you were in the seats that were like right in front of my season tickets. Remember, I was texting you because I was in my buddy Matt's seats.
And you still didn't come say hi. Wow. And you knew exactly where I was sitting.
We discussed it. But anyway, no, because I was at that game. So I remember thinking to myself, wow, we're in the third, halfway through the third. I'm like, wow, I am bored at a playoff game because we were just blowing them out.
Oh, I wasn't. I was having fun.
You were having a good time.
I was by myself. As I will be when I watch Avengers Infinity War. I will be by myself. I couldn't wait. I needed to buy a ticket.
Movie references
Oh
now.
my god.
I needed to throw that in a little bit because I am
all of the
excited.
bases.
Anyway, Horwat, who's the best?
This one. I'm going to say this year's team is.
Wow.
I will. Mostly because, yes, we lost Fleury, but
I mean, I'm not throwing goaltending as the most important thing,
No.
but I just think
you look at, like I said, you guys miss Bonino and Cullen. I really don't that much. Mostly
I don't miss
because-
Bonino that much
Yeah.
because I think Sheahan and
Bonino is
Brassard are better than Bonino.
Yeah, Bonino is a postseason warrior.
Yeah,
without
so
a
is
doubt.
Brassard.
Exactly.
Even better than
Yeah.
Bonino.
So, we picked up talent to cover Bonino. Matt Cullen, I don't miss. I don't. But because we also picked up Riley. Younger, just as good, if not even better and faster talent.
Riley!
Yes. So, our center depth is way better. And even, I'll say, even Josh Joris can jump in there if he needs to. Because he's an NHL player, and it's not Carter Rowney.
I haven't watched enough of him to have an opinion of him yet.
None of us have, but
He's got to be better than. Oh,
Yep.
go ahead.
I watch film,
Berlansky has watched film.
boys. I do my research, okay?
Berlansky studies up.
I study up. Well, I'm going to say the 2016 team. That's a very unpopular opinion, but I think the 2016 team is the best.
I could see it. I just wasn't a Lovejoy
The
fan.
biggest
back then.
thing I look at there, that was the easiest they
They blew.
they
through.
trounced everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
First of all, you're started with a third string goaltender against the Rangers, who, even now that they are rebuilding, they're still actually very good.
Quote unquote rebuilding.
Yeah, that 20-second rebuild or whatever. I hate when it's easy for teams to rebuild like that because I'm a Pirates fan. We've been rebuilding since I was born.
Hey, guys, we're rebuilding. 2 days later. Well, that was a fun rebuild.
We need to stop quoting Steve Dangle podcast on here.
Stop. Listen. He's funny.
He's very funny.
But I can see where you're coming with this.
But if you're going to quote him, I'm going to have to continuously say his name because I'm not stealing that great of stuff, and I'm definitely not giving you credit for that great of thing.
All right. But no, I can kind of see the 16 team because we did trounce teams. And last year, we kind of got trounced ourselves, but just so happened to pull it out.
Okay.
Did we own any of the Washington series games? Maybe 2.
I think
you're giving us two. But we are going to actually go through Penn's weekly recap right now, which is a quick one.
Oh, there's only 2 things to say, really.
There's 2 things to say. We had the New York Rangers on Wednesday with, Susan.
Susan Sarandon.
We lost 3-4 in overtime, and basically they ruled the first 2 periods of that game and then just sat back and let the Rangers dictate the rest of the game and handed a point away, in my opinion.
Can I just say how dumb of an idea it was to have Susan Sarandon?
Are they doing that every week now? Because the week before that we played Philly, and they had the Hendricks.
Did they?
They had the linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles in
didn't
between the
notice.
benches, and it was even worse than Susan Sarandon because he didn't say anything about hockey
I didn't even notice
other than these guys are big. Like, really, they're professional athletes. I didn't know they were big. I thought they were like 5'2".
So I guess they are doing that every week then, because I had no
Listen,
idea.
I'm 5'8". I'm taller than you.
All right, boys, let's calm down.
Okay.
Mom,
But anyway, no,
Dad,
I had
please
no
stop
idea they
fighting.
were doing that every week.
Yeah, I think they just started that.
Can we just not be on national television?
But they also had a game the day after, and they played the Montreal Canadiens, in which they won 5-3, beating Antti Niemi, and I had a wonderful tweet.
Oh no! Did you guys see was it you that tweeted out today that he might make history?
Who?
Niemi. Like, he's playing tonight, and it's like the third straight game that he's playing against a team that cut him this season.
Oh my god!
I did not tweet that.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah,
though.
like I don't know who he's. Wait, he's on Montreal, right?
Yeah,
Who are they playing tonight?
He played for Florida.
Yeah, he's playing Florida now.
that's incredible.
This is like the 3 games in a row he's playing against.
Oh, and they're losing.
Yeah, and, like every team that cut him, he's played in like the last 3 games. So Florida,
He's so bad.
Pittsburgh, and Dallas. He played against Dallas a couple weeks ago. A couple days ago. It's just odd how that. I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
I don't know where you saw that tweet, but it wasn't from either of us, and that's an incredible.
That's a great
yeah,
tweet.
yeah,
there.
it's cool.
Also, another thing from that game, Russ did not miss an empty net. Finally,
He did not.
he finally made one.
buried one.
Attaboy.
I watched the recap, and even Bob Ayers like, I just heard him say that. That's a monkey off.
He
his
had that,
back.
and he also in that game had that beautiful
that
assist to
pass.
Kessel.
Yep.
I don't blame the Emmy for that one. That was embarrassingly good.
Yeah.
And you have an announcement, is from what I've heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for this. Jordan, you haven't heard this yet either. Come on, come all. Tell all your friends, tell all your family to tune in to 3PT on April 9th for the first ever Point Park Pens Talk Penguins Award Show for Penguin players, given by Point Park students. Now, what this is, it's basically an award show for the Penguin season. Jordan is amazed by this.
Yeah, Jordan's head just blew off.
I was woken up really early this morning by a cement man because our steps were broken.
Oh, he
And-
finally came.
Hey, he finally came.
Okay.
This
Supposed
morning
to be
at
there
8
at noon yesterday, wasn't he?
yeah, this morning at 8:30 he decided to show up,
Okay.
waking me up, and I couldn't fall back asleep, so I'm just watching a Steve Dangle podcast, and he brought up some awards, and I was like, that would be actually a good idea.
It
And
would
I
be.
texted you right away and said,
So
we're gonna
that
do
will
it.
be on April 9th. What else will be on April 9th is the playoff preview, because that is the last show we have before the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is fantastic. I am so excited for this year's playoffs. We will talk a lot about the playoffs and a lot about what the positioning looks like at the end of this show. But for right now, we are going to go to break. We will be back with more talk about which team was the best in the last 3 years, plus Slobodinsky storylines and 3PTHQ.
Everyone's favorite.
Come on back.
Croups Corner brings you the best sports talk on the air. Based on the award-winning weekly column in the Globe, Croups Corner covers all the bases of Point Park athletics. Join Josh Croup and Allison Schubert each week for recaps and commentary on the biggest Point Park sports headlines.
Talked to Coach last night, and he's really
Just a huge win. It couldn't have come at a better
played
time.
really well. They had a lot of good ball movement.
Plus debates on the hottest topics surrounding the sports world beyond Point Park. When they're
That's
down
a-
by
that's a
20 with
fair
a minute
point.
left.
Michelle.
He's not overrated.
Yes, he is.
Croups Corner, Wednesdays from 1 to 2, only on WPPJ.
There's something in the woods. It's Sam Morrison with Squatchin'. Listen to Bigfoot news, sightings, and legends with a hefty helping of classic heavy metal, 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. Join in at WPPJradio.com or on the TuneIn app. Also, check out the blog on WPPJradio.com for Squatchin' extras, like sighting photos, Bigfoot merch, and some bonus Bigfoot content. WPPJ Radio, 670 a.m.
You're listening to WPPJ Radio 670 AM or online at WPPJradio.com, and here's your Point Park Sports Update. You could say that the school year is coming down to the 9th inning, especially since it's officially baseball and softball season. Both teams return to Pittsburgh after their annual spring training trips, this year in Lake Wales, Florida. The men are currently 10-1 in the season, completing a sweep of IU Kokomo this past weekend. Head coach Loren Torres picked up his 400th career win in the doubleheader. The softball team split their games in Florida, winning against Cleary University, but falling to Davenport University. The girls have a little bit of a break before they're back in action on March 16th, where they will play in the Lindsey Wilson Campbellsville Tournament. From 2 seasons starting to another ending, the men's and women's track and field teams ended their runs on a high note as junior Anna Shields took home 2 national titles. Shields placed first in the mile run and the 1,000 meters, also earning the titles of co-MVP and NAIA All-American. Senior Jeri Davis earned his 3rd NAIA All-American title, placing 8th in the triple jump. Freshman Anna Benitez of the women's team also earned All-American honors, becoming the first field athlete to compete in NAIAs for Point Park's track and field teams. For Point Park and WPPJ Radio, I'm Taylor Spirito.
Hey, this is Alex Papachek. Join me for my new show, State of the Uni, as in State of the Union, but for Point Park University. Get it? I hoped it was funny. Anyway, each week I'll talk with a new guest about everything from cafe lines to the state of the media to, well, you'll just have to listen in. Catch State of the Uni on WPPJ Saturdays at 6 p.m. and catch past episodes in a podcastable format at WPPJradio.com.
And welcome back to 3PT, and we are going to start off with Slobodinsky storylines right out of the break.
Alrighty, boys and girls. Matt Murray returned to practice over the weekend, and it's still an option.
Still an option. They sent Jari down. He is playing tomorrow.
And it's still an option for tomorrow's game against the Islanders. But Casey DeSmith is still on the team.
I didn't write that.
Last week, Evgeny Malkin hit the 40-goal mark for the first time since 2012. Carter Rowney is out again due to an injury. And who cares about that? Teams around the league have started to clinch playoff berths, with the Nashville Predators being the first, and also the Tampa Bay Lightning have clinched.
And there you have, those are the Slobodinsky storylines coming at you weekly with the best storylines that I write and Jordan reads.
Hey, I wrote them last week.
You did write them last week.
I gave you two of those this week, but but anyway.
Yeah, but I wrote them and improved on them.
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting.
Jordan,
okay,
we have
Jordan.
questions to ask you now.
All right, let's go.
Your turn. Let's see if you studied.
3PTHQ.
That's an interesting statement. You act like I study for school.
You're right. Who was the first Who was the first Penguin to win the Hart Trophy for league MVP?
Mario?
Yeah, we got one.
Hey, he's 1 out of 3 so
The
far today. Let's go.
1987-1988 season.
I almost said Yarmir.
I mean,
that's one of the two.
yeah.
So, question 2.
Question 2. So you know the logo. What is the meaning of the triangle?
That's the city of Pittsburgh, like the 3 points.
I'll give it to you. That's
It's
technically the
the
golden triangle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give that to you. That's
2 out of 3. Hey, wait a minute. You could be witnessing history if anybody is listening to this. Jordan has never gone 3 for 3, and I was about to say Jordan might never go 3 for 3, and we plan on doing this next fall and next spring as well. So we will see if he can prove me wrong. Jordan, what is question 3, Horwat?
Here's a semi-easy or hard one. What goalie is the most wins in a single season for the Pittsburgh Penguins? It literally can only be like one of 2 goalies.
Is it Fleury?
No, it is not. Close. It was Tom Barrasso. In the 1992-1993 season, which is
Because
considered
they were the best
one.
of the 3.
It was one of the 2.
Look at that seamless transition into our discussion, though.
So back to best team of the last 3 years. We've each said something different. Horwat, you think this year's team is the best. Jordan, you think last year's team is the best, and I think the first team to win it after the 2009 team, obviously. Since we've been born, the 2016 Stanley Cup champions, I think they're the best.
Ready, fight. All right. Basically what we're going to have to do
Come
now.
at me.
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting.
You better start fighting for your own answer here.
Jordan. But anyway, no, I'm sticking with my one from this year because, Lansky, you've gone on the record to say you weren't a Kunitz fan.
Oh, I hated Kunitz.
Yeah. Lovejoy wasn't all that great. I mean, he was okay.
I mean,
got playing time.
Lovejoy was a very stout defenseman.
Yeah.
Eric Fair was kind of a thing.
Eric Fair scored that goal in 2016. What do you?
And
what
like I
more
said
do you
before,
want in a series that was tooth and nail, and will be tooth and nail if we play again this year?
Yep.
Eric Fair was the deciding factor in one of the 4 wins for the Pittsburgh Penguins that year. So I don't want you dissing Eric Fair just because the Maple Leafs treated him wrong up in Toronto.
So, but Chris Kunitz was the deciding factor last year.
Okay, I still don't like Kunitz.
I'm really confused.
I'm just saying, he's saying Chris Kunitz. I'm not saying Chris Kunitz sucks.
I'm saying
he does, but I'm not saying that.
I'm saying we've stepped up.
I'm saying I'm saying that I'm not saying this year's team could be. I'm saying you got the playoffs still, and that team in 2016 raised the cup. That's why I'm not ready to crown the 2018 team as best of the 3 yet. I need to see how they perform.
Jordan?
I mean, if Jake Gensel wants to be the leading scorer in the playoffs again, and we're going in with the second leading scorer in the league, I feel more confident than ever in the last 2 seasons heading in.
Oh,
Jordan Malkin's the third, but okay.
Oh, is he third? I'm sorry. Last time I checked, he was second.
You're okay.
Wait, who's jumped ahead of him?
Patrick Laine. He was had
okay.
8 goals in 2 games.
a teenager, just some teenager.
Which I will actually bring up whenever we.
I've seen
get
him
later
live.
Shut up.
Okay.
So have I.
I've seen Tyler Sagan live, and they had to mop up the floors.
You've also seen Casey DeSmith live.
I did see Casey DeSmith live. And Horwatz, I guess. I think I took
That's Sagan.
I took Horwat out
That's
of this
Sagan
conversation,
comment.
so that he's out. So it's just me and you now, right?
Okay.
That Sagan comment was too real.
Was it too real?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you were at that game with me. That's right. I can't.
I was.
I'm wrong.
All right. What's your next? What's your next point?
My next point for that 2016 team. First of all, goalies were injured. We've used 3 goalies in a playoffs. I didn't look it up because I didn't pick this until literally 3 hours ago when I was at work and thinking about it. When's the last time that a team has used 3 goalies in the course of a Stanley Cup playoffs? That is a very difficult thing to do.
That's a great
Very
goaltending
possible
staff.
we do it this year, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean this year, yes, but that's a very good point. I mean we had Zakhoff, Fleury, and Murray.
You also look at it. There were no blowouts in that season. Last season, we got trounced several times. This season, we might get trounced. I mean, we got killed in the beginning of the season a couple times. So who knows if we won't do it at the end of this season.
So to put it, if you're putting it to that, I think the only team I'm scared of heading in, getting like absolutely like a team that I think we could let up like over 5 goals against is Boston.
You're not scared of Tampa?
You're not scared of Tampa Bay?
Not in the first round.
You're not scared of Tampa Bay?
We're not going to play Boston in the first round.
There's a possibility.
No, there's not.
There's not.
Isn't there? I thought
They
we
have 98 points.
Okay.
If we finish right now, we play the third. How do you not know the playoff?
Because I haven't watched in a week since the Canadians game. I haven't
Yeah,
looked at
but
hockey.
Boston's been up there since like January.
Jordan, we're more than likely going to play Philly.
I don't want that first round.
We're going to play somebody in our division.
Now you're making
Okay.
me mad.
You don't want the first round of Philly Pittsburgh? Oh,
Okay,
we're talking about playoffs later. This will be discussed.
Yeah, no,
Jordan.
I'll explain. I have a good reason.
I don't want to hear it right now.
There's also some things I wanted to say last week about about things from the game we went to that I will probably try to squeeze in today. But
Okay.
Okay. Back to your point.
back to my point, I just think that 2016 team, even though the jerseys were not the best, the best jerseys are this year and the year last year. So obviously jersey wise, but jersey wise doesn't count.
That wasn't one of my points.
I know. I'm just saying it before you make that.
I wasn't gonna make it.
One of you two might have made it.
I wouldn't have.
See, now I broke him.
Now
So
you
I'm
broke-
winning by process of
Yep.
being funny,
Okay, all right.
even though I'm not funny. You guys are just easy to make laugh.
I'm just like,
I'm
oh,
so
man.
easy to make laugh.
You also think, as much as I hate him, and this year, I don't think you can use him as a plus, is Chris Letang.
I don't like Crystal Tang.
But in
either.
2016, he was stout. And in
Yes.
2017, he was half dead.
He was not playing.
And he was not playing.
he was crippled.
I'll give the 17 team a little more credit, considering people weren't expecting us to get out of the first round without Letang, which blew my mind. So you're playing Columbus.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
like legit analysts were like, "Oh, Pittsburgh's not going to make it out of the first round because they don't have Letang."
No, we have
were-
Letang, and a lot of people don't think we're going to make it out of the first round.
They were talking about our defense.
We've won 2 cups, and they're still like, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. The jury's still out on those Penguins, guys. Those Penguins up in Pittsburgh, I don't know if they can win it.
They're an injury-riddled team with 2 backups right now.
It's just, I don't know, eh?
2 backups that are both
backup players.
They're plurs. Shout out, Babs.
the 2 backup goaltenders who one is like actually pretty good and one's very okay.
Yeah, DeSmith is very okay.
You're absolutely right.
He's very okay. I will say, I mean, if you look at the records, Jari has played better.
He's also
Vastly
played
better.
more, so that kind of helps. But
That's true. Good point. But we're getting off topic. You guys, I'm making all the points here, so I feel like I'm winning this discussion.
I told you. I said I felt like the 20-7.
The Swanton.
Kumbaya. I felt like the 2017 team was just more consistent. You headed into every game, and you just felt like there was no you headed into okay.
Did you?
I'll be honest.
Did you go to every game?
Not one chance
Did-
that I think that, because in that Washington series, when we gave up the 3-1 lead,
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
that
Well,
game 7 was scary.
okay. You know what? The only game I was like really concerned about was when Crosby and Sheary went down.
Yeah, I will get. We lost that game.
Oh, my free ticket game.
I will give you this. Last year, they did have to go without Crosby for a game and won the game.
Absolutely.
But I still look at the fact. That we disposed of the Rangers and Blue Jackets first round series are basically washes because they were the same series.
Yep.
We disposed of Washington 1 game shorter. I felt a lot more comfortable playing Tampa Bay than I did, or not more comfortable. I was a lot more scared of Tampa Bay than I was of Ottawa. I didn't think Ottawa could, because last year's team was all about firepower. I didn't think Ottawa could defend for 7 games straight.
But they did.
They
I always-
did, but we still beat them.
I always forget we.
I was afraid that every single time they shot the puck, or every single time Tampa shot the puck, it was going to go in. No matter if we had two of the best goalies or not.
I forgot we played Tampa in that series.
That conference one.
7 games.
That's what
7 games, and the last game was 2-1 or 2-1, and Russ scored the 2 goals.
Scored both.
And yes, I think Nashville might have posed a little bit bigger of a threat than San Jose.
Here's the thing: is I was not scared of Nashville one bit that entire series.
But
I was more so annoyed with them than anything.
Yep.
Were you annoyed with them, or were you annoyed with their fans?
Both.
Both.
I hate PK Subban.
I hate PK Subban as well.
So I'm guessing you both enjoyed whenever Crosby
Pounded his
shoved
head
his head into the ice.
Yes, it
sometimes
was a great moment.
Because, and Nashville fans will point that out to say Crosby's
dirty.
Subban was trying to break Crosby's ankle. I would do the same thing, if not more, if somebody's trying to break my ankle and end my career.
I can't wait till somebody tries to mess with Crosby, and Alexiak just takes him out.
That's what we had Reeves for, and that didn't happen. So
with his playoffs,
well, that's because Reeves stood up and gave a stern look.
Yes,
and people that say, "Well, that stopped people from," that didn't stop anything. Crosby's just better at missing hits this year than he was last year. That is the only reason that he has played every single game this year.
Yeah,
it is not because Reeves stood up and stared at somebody. They're NHL grown men. They're not afraid of somebody staring at them.
No, but I just
unless they're Brad Marchand, in which case he's afraid of everything but cheese.
Oh, get it? Because he's a rat? I hate you. That's a good one. I like that.
I hate you.
I am on fire. I was sick last week, so I got to make up. I gotta have a good show.
Oh my god.
I gotta have a good one, eh?
All right. What's next?
What do you mean? What's next? Do you guys still have any ideas? You still want to fight me on this?
Derek Brassard.
I mean,
closing statement. Derek Brassard.
Derek Brassard and Riley.
Closing statement, Mr. Slobodinsky.
I think it was the best goaltending duo in the history of a playoff run.
Well, I will fight back. We got the best goaltending trio of the year that I'm picking.
Good Lord, please
Good
stop.
God.
Hey, it might be. I will do that. I will go see what teams had 3 goaltenders start and win a game in a playoff run, and where they lifted the cup.
I think they already said that that's actually never happened.
Exactly. So I win.
Jeffy boy.
Well, if you are listening to this, we would love your input. Even if it's not while we're on the radio, we would like to have your input and see which one of us either won or which one you agree with more. But now I am gonna throw a couple of those things in. One, the Dallas Stars fans yell "Star" in the national anthem.
I forgot about that.
That was so obnoxious.
It took me the second time they said "Star" to realize it's.
So did I. I was it's like half.
I just thought I heard something.
I thought half of the arena just coughed.
I just thought I heard something weird.
No, that was that. Whatever Washington does,
they say red.
They say red.
Red.
You're the
rock the red.
Rock the red. Yeah, no, I hate the Capitals. I despise everything about them.
Well, weren't you the one who said that you believe that Washington is more? Didn't you both of you actually say Washington's more of a rivalry than Philadelphia these days?
I say right now it is.
I think I stuck with Philly though, but
I think right now it is.
Okay, that's an understandable thing. I hate Philly fans.
The other thing I noticed, Pittsburgh fans, you let me down. We
Oh,
were up
good Lord.
2-1 with 7 minutes left.
That's right. People
7
were leaving.
minutes, and it was half empty. After they scored the empty net goal, I understand leaving because you want to catch traffic, even though that doesn't work.
Beat the traffic.
Yeah, hot take. You don't beat the traffic because everybody has the same idea. Stay till the end of the game. You pay for those tickets. There are people all around this city that would love to go to that game and be there for all 60 minutes and stay for the 3 stars.
There are poor college kids who have a radio
poor
show.
college kids who have a radio show.
Want to go to games.
Who want to go to games. And you guys go. Some people show up late. Go to the games. If you're going to pay for the ticket, go to the game.
I have no issue with fans who leave early.
Oh no.
And why don't you?
Oh no.
It's their choice. They bought the ticket.
It is your choice. I'm not going to be
but it's not
like
just,
a dictator and say that. It's like that is a good game. What kind of?
But it's not a Pittsburgh thing. Like that's like every sports team.
I'm saying
every
Pittsburgh
city.
Penguins fans.
But it's every sports team in
it is
every
everywhere.
city.
But still,
yeah, like,
but that's just where I was at.
It's just annoying
yeah,
to
I
see.
understand. Like
To all fans, but Pittsburgh fans let me know when I saw that because I expect more.
oh, dude, no,
I probably shouldn't expect more.
pay attention to the crowd during like when you watch it on TV. Just watch how it dwindles.
So whenever
I'll tell you where it doesn't dwindle. I haven't seen it dwindle. I haven't seen it dwindle at all in Vegas, and I've watched a lot of their games.
That's because hockey's brand new to them.
Not really. It's not like they were like, you can't watch hockey in Vegas. You don't have a team. It's not brand new.
Because before that,
They had a team there, just wasn't professional.
Well,
Anyway.
I don't.
UNLV
Anyway, let's run to this week's preview.
and the
The Pens preview.
and let's do the Pens preview. We have the Islanders on Tuesday. And guess
Tomorrow,
what?
it's a back-to-back.
It's a back-to-back because on Wednesday we play
Montreal
the
again.
Canadiens and hopefully get to see our good pal Antti Niemi once again.
Oh my God,
And then
that- Wait,
that would
ahead.
be
Go
4
ahead,
straight
Jordan.
unless they. Oh yeah, they won't play 3 days in a row. That's gonna be 4 straight games.
he played against the former team. Oh my God.
Listen, I'm starting to feel bad for him, but
I mean, I felt bad for him after we cut him because I hated him when we had him.
He's a Stanley Cup winner. He's having a rough year. I think he bounces back
I
next year.
don't.
He
He
bounces
was
back. He might
horrible
retire.
last year.
he might retire, my friend.
I think he'll go. Hey, I don't think he wants to go out like that. With the way he's going out.
Yeah, but who's gonna give him another shot?
Anyway,
Phoenix.
after the Montreal game,
Phoenix has so okay.
after the Montreal game,
After the
Friday.
Montreal game, after the Montreal game, we have the New Jersey Devils on Friday and the Flyers on Saturday. These are both at home. These are huge games.
Must
If you-
wins.
Must wins. With less than 3 weeks left in the season, we have teams that are climbing up our backs to try to get our spot, and
the
we're
Flyers
climbing
are
up.
one of them,
And
and so
the
are the
Flyers
Devils.
are one of them. So are the Devils.
actually.
So is Columbus. But we're also trying to catch Washington because wouldn't it be sweet to have a Metro Division title?
yes,
We're not far back.
only 2 points. And
We're
I
2
think
points.
Washington is
no
playing
games in
as we
hand.
speak.
Washington is not playing. They play tomorrow.
They played yesterday.
But
and
we also play them in the last week of the season. That could very well determine the Metropolitan Division, which could determine who we play in the first round.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it matters. It's going to be somebody in our division that you can see now. I highly doubt Florida's going to catch up. But we are going to head to break. We will be back with
Yes.
some around the league talk as this discussion is closed.
finally,
We're going to talk about the playoff seedings as of right now. And we're also going to talk a little bit about a new team that could be possibly showing up in Seattle.
stay tuned.
So stay tuned.
Hi, I'm BTO. Tune in as I take you between the hits, the songs from your favorite albums that you've never heard. Listen live every Tuesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WPPJ 670 AM.
Break out your tinfoil hats, kids. It's about to get spooky. Tune in to The Fringe with me, Emily Yerkeson, every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. at WPPJ 670 AM or at WPPJradio.com.
Tired of your normal boring daytime talk radio?
Want to listen to a show that's slightly not disappointing?
Tune in to H&B at 3
Thursdays at 3 to 4.
with me, Bill Steinbach.
And me, Hannah Sue Hepler.
Listen live at WPPJ 670 AM or at WPPJradio.com.
Hey guys, time for this week's WPPJ Music Update. A mega show featuring A Day to Remember, Papa Roach, Falling in Reverse, and Devil Wears Prada is this weekend, St. Paddy's Day at the Peterson Events Center. Veteran rapper Rakim will also be performing this week at Mr. Small's Theater. Weeks after announcing their new album, the Arctic Monkeys announced a new North American tour, including a date in Pittsburgh, July 31st at the Peak. New albums dropped this week from the Fratellis, Jimi Hendrix, the Decemberists, and Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. And basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal announced he'll show off his DJing skills at his new festival called Shaq's Funhouse, taking place during Miami's Music Week on March 24th. I'm Chris Schwanke, and that was this week's WPPJ Music Update.
Welcome back to 3PT.
Man, I want to go to Shaq's Funhouse.
We don't usually listen to those ads as we were all like hacking up along as soon as we went to commercial. I think all 4 of us, including Kayla, who's sitting in the back now, we're all coughing.
That's what commercial breaks on this side of the microphone sound like.
Yeah, so
We're all just coughing.
thankfully for you guys, we turned the mics off for that.
I had a hiccup. It was bad. I think I'm still hiccuping actually.
Okay,
That's not why
so
you're
a
still
lot of
hiccuping.
a lot of news
Around the league.
around the league, and we're talking about Seattle getting an expansion team. It looks like it's going to happen.
It should.
Did
I mean,
they
they should have had the team instead of Vegas, personally, I think. But
I think Vegas should have had it.
Did they say what year?
They did not say what I think they said closer to 2020, 2021.
probably. That would make sense because, I mean, it's.
They still need to build the arena.
Do they? I thought they had
I'm
one.
fairly certain.
No, they still have the arena that the Sonics used to play in.
Really?
Yeah.
How old is that?
Yeah, they're going to need to update that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming.
No, because I saw the picture and it was a brand new arena.
I was like, they definitely.
But they
have
also
their-
already got the thing to build it. I'm
Yeah.
fairly certain.
Well, because I'm like with
Jordan's
with,
going to look this up. We'll keep talking.
but, like with making a team, it's going to take a long process because you need to find an AHL franchise.
An ECHL franchise.
Yes, and then
True.
hire people. I mean, think about it. Carolina's looking for a GM.
Yeah.
Hey, I applied for that.
What?
I don't
I
blame you.
applied for that.
I don't blame you.
I hate you.
I had time one day, which is weird because I never have time, and I'm pretty sure I had something more important to do. But I applied to be the Carolina Hurricanes general manager.
Good.
Did you get a response?
No, I didn't get a response.
I mean, everyone should be applying. It's a $400,000 job, apparently. Apparently, Billy Guerin was offered, too, actually. He was given a phone call, and he said, timing's not right, and said no, basically.
No, timing's not right. I'm going to win a cup this year again with the Penguins. So
Also, I think
No.
he's getting way more than $400,000 right now. Plus, he's a former player, so...
Okay, so
Okay, we're back.
Currently at the Key Arena Center.
Oh, that is what
in
it is.
Seattle, they have a WNBA team, and it's still a concert venue. So
yeah, that's the one I saw. I saw something about that. I didn't think it was built already. Thank you for that.
it could be. Yeah, well, I know if they have the permits to build a new one, or maybe they just like remodel.
No, I think I just saw that one and was thinking of the Supersonics one, which is not.
I mean, to be fair, this arena was. I mean, what type?
Yeah, that's the exact arena I was looking at. I thought that was okay. Never mind. They have an arena already.
Yeah.
They renovated it,
And they have names picked out. They have 12 names
I do
that
remember
they have the copyrights or the rights to.
Yeah.
They just in case. Somebody leaked out what could be the name. I think it was the mayor today, but I did not see it because
Today?
yeah.
Oh.
That's it was all over my feed today when I was writing the rundown. So I said,
I didn't
let's
see
talk
that.
about it.
I'd be cool with it.
Seattle? I would
yeah.
love to see a team in Seattle. I mean,
Yeah.
especially that'll even out the Pacific Division because the Pacific
Yeah.
Division is still the division that has less people.
It was the governor of Washington.
The governor of Washington.
The Seattle Totems.
I don't like that.
No, don't do that.
Maybe,
There was so many. The
Man,
Seattle Sea Lions was one.
Man, I hope he was playing a joke.
Maybe he's Finn Balloring the Seattle hockey fans.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's putting his team over.
Like the
I
Totems.
mean, I do remember
The
seeing
Totems
the
is
Totems on
bad.
the list.
The Totems was on the list.
Yeah.
It's like totem pole. I know you're thinking of
Jordan, stop playing stuff.
Yeah, sorry, the video popped up. Here we go. We have the names right here. So we have the Seattle Cougars, Eagles, Emeralds, Evergreens, Firebirds, Krakens, Rainers, Renegades, Sea Lions, Seals, Sockeyes, Totems, and Whales.
I'm cool with the Seals.
because the Seals goes back to California.
Yep.
That'd be cool, but
I'm fine with the Seals. I don't want the Totems because
So dumb.
we're gonna play the Totems.
Who are you playing tonight? Playing the Totems.
it's also kind of like
You going to the Totems game tonight?
No,
I don't like. They
that
could
at all.
also get like I know this.
I like no. These are the ones they all got the rights to.
Yeah, but I know like this isn't like a huge thing, but like sports teams are already getting enough crap for like choosing Native American terms that are like
That is
kind of
true.
racist.
Also,
like,
what is a sockeye? Now that I'm looking at that one.
A socket. I don't know, but the ones I like the Sea Lions and I really like the Firebirds.
I like the Emeralds and the Krakens.
The Kraken.
It's just Kraken. It's not Krakens.
Because there's not more than one Kraken.
Okay,
There's
never
only
mind.
one Kraken.
So I googled what a sockeye is. It is a fish. It is a sockeye salmon.
Well, no. Firebirds and
Let's make it
Firebirds.
Let's make an
I'm
intimidating
voting for-
logo out of this. Like that's
I'm also down for emeralds.
Filet of fish.
does look like
Sponsored
a
by
filet of fish.
McDonald's.
I'm also down for the emeralds. That looks kind of cool.
It could look cool. I just think the Seattle Firebirds sounds like a hockey team.
It's the best sound.
That reminds me of the Atlanta Thrashers.
Yeah.
Have the same logo, just make it green and blue. Because they're doing the bright green
Yeah.
from the Seahawks
Good.
with the blue. I like
Yeah.
it. I like when cities do that. And they stay with the colors.
I'm thinking about it.
All right, so
Not
here-
just because we're from Pittsburgh.
Seattle has an ECHL team now.
Yeah, so I was
They
just
do have an
I
EC.
forget what they're called.
I was about to bring that up actually.
The Seattle...
Not the Sounders. That's the soccer team.
Team we know.
Jordan, get on it quickly.
I'm on ECHL.
No, just look up
Seattle
hockey
Thunderbirds.
team. Thunderbirds, thank you.
So Firebirds would be perfect.
Yeah,
I
that
like
would
it.
work.
So here's an idea, and I know this. I only know
WHL.
Ooh,
not
the
ECHL.
WHL playoffs are coming up. Ooh.
Yo, are the Thunderbirds in it?
It looks like it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Everett Silvertips is their opponent.
So just a thought. Philadelphia had their AHL team in Philadelphia for like 10 years. So I mean, it's not entirely unreasonable that Seattle could do the same thing.
That's
where are
the
Phantoms now?
WHL. That's not the
Adirondack,
ECHL.
New York or something. Or no, I'm sorry, they're in Lehigh Valley.
They're in Lehigh Valley.
Yeah,
But
they,
anyway.
they were in Adirondack for
But
a little
also,
bit.
Adirondack
this is
are the Flames now. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Also, Jordan, this is the WHL.
That's the
This is
WHL, which is
not the
juniors,
ECHL.
not the
I was
ECHL.
wrong. I just
Okay.
It just brought up
Yeah.
minors. is why.
But I mean,
but thanks for getting on that real quick.
But these names could. I like most of them. There's a few that really shouldn't be in here.
I like the sockeyes, the totems.
The Rainers.
The whales is a little too general. I don't like that.
Yeah.
The Wainers. What?
What if it
did
was
you
the
say?
Whalers?
The Rainiers.
Rainiers.
The Seattle Rainiers.
What if it was the Whalers though? No. Not in Hartford. Can't do it.
You can't. No.
The
Don't do that.
the Cougars are no. I don't like that.
I don't like the Cougars. I don't like the Eagles.
Keep birds.
Cougars,
Keep
Eagles.
birds out of hockey.
I like the Firebirds.
The Penguins.
Oh crap! Forgot the Penguins were a bird. I think of penguins and I think of snow.
What?
Anyway, we have
Think of penguins and you don't think of bird. Okay, you know
We
what?
have-
It's on his hat. I don't know what else that would be.
what? Yeah, Jordan.
That is a bird. It is a
It's a
flightless
flightless
bird,
bird.
but it's a bird.
I'm
Anyway.
sorry. At least we're not the Kraken.
We do. I like the Kraken, but we do have one more discussion to get into, which is basically how the league is
playoffs.
looking. The playoffs are coming up.
No. Gary Bettman wants to change the playoff format possibly if they add this 30-second team. He teased it, and it would be horrible.
And Bettman's
This
an
would
idiot.
make the 32nd team in the NHL. Why would you not keep the 16-team format? He said he might want more teams in. Well, no.
There's already too many that make the.
I'm trying to.
No,
drive
I like
profit.
the 16 team.
Okay.
I love the 16 team, and especially when you add that 32nd team, 16 in, 16 out.
If you
That is
just-
the fairest way to do
If you
it.
just fix the way that the teams get in, then yes, I'm in on it.
I kind of like this year's the way that we have it
You
now.
like the system?
I do like the system.
Okay. I mean, that's the minority. I feel like.
It is
But,
the minority.
yeah.
It is
So the-
very much the minority.
But
Again, you're looking at division, Jordan.
I know. I switched it over. I
But,
don't get the wild card.
Don't look at the wild
You
card. You
think-
are the wild card.
so yeah, that would
Dingus Malingus.
adding teams would be
Look
bad.
at the league.
I mean, it would drive profit.
It
but
would drive profit,
that's
but
the only
you
reason he
make
wants to
you
do
make
it.
enough profit already in the playoffs. Think of the viewership. There's an entire fan base that just watches the playoffs.
Yeah.
But this is also the league that gets put on NBCSN Sports or CSN because
We get
of,
put on CSN because we play every game.
Yeah.
On national television.
But no. This is also the league that gets like put away for the dog show.
What?
So
What?
We don't get NBC all the time because I understand that.
they'll show. I'm saying like I'm not saying that there's no money, but I'm saying this is also like the sports league that gets put to the side for a dog show.
I mean, of the other leagues, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying there's no profit.
I
but
still
there's
think
probably
it's a 2-month playoff. Do
This
you
is-
really want to make it a 3-month playoff or another added 2 weeks for another round?
I mean, more hockey is great, but I understand what you're
That's
saying.
too much hockey.
Yeah.
Playoffs are great. I think they're great the way they are now with the amount of teams in it, obviously, and with the length it is schedule wise. And I also like the build of it with the top 3 in each division going.
I have no problem with
It
that.
hasn't screwed anybody over yet. Now, if one less team in the Atlantic was as good as they are, it would screw somebody over because there would be a team with the same amount of points, say, as like Florida, in which they would have. It's like when we did the 3 division champions and we had 3 divisions.
Yeah.
And there was a division champion that was horrible and ended up getting the 3 seed.
Yeah.
When they should have finished in the 7 seed.
Yeah.
That needed fixed. This needed fixed. I think so far this hasn't screwed anybody over yet. That's why once it does, I'll probably change my mind because that'll be injustice. But I haven't seen it yet.
So
Okay.
for the last 8 minutes here,
Meanwhile,
What are we talking about?
who's gonna
Playoffs?
win? Who's gonna win the scoring race?
The
goals
scoring race.
The goals race, more or
The
less.
goals
Oh,
race.
jeez.
Because as of right now, there are 7 players with 38 or more goals. That's damn near 40. That's a lot.
It's very
It's a
close
l-
to 40.
It's a
not on the
lot of
wall.
players. Now, did you know Eric Stahl has 38 goals this season?
I saw that the other day. I was so surprised.
What?
I was like, "How old is he? And why is he doing this?"
Eric Stahl has 38 goals this season. That's
This man-
wild to me.
And I continuously say that was wild.
That's on the wild,
But
man.
you're a guy, Horwat.
Thank you.
He's a guy.
And here's a guy who's looking up stats. Ovechkin and Laine are tied with 43 in the goals lead.
Gino got 40.
40.
Wow.
William Karlsson is about to get 40. He's at 39.
Oh,
And
he'll
had-
get 40. He
and-
scores every night.
And he had what? 8, 4, or 3 last year? Some small number like that.
Oh, he was very inconvenient
Yeah.
and very not important on that Blue Jackets team. Why? Because they had him buried on the fourth line with some scrub like Matt Calvert.
Nathan McKinnon has 38, and he has scored about 8 goals in the last 4 games.
He also only has 64 games played.
He's going to win the MVP this year.
I would vote for him.
Oh, yeah.
That team had almost less points than they had wins last year. Or no, they had more losses than points.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is worth.
And now they're in the playoffs hunt.
I think this is worth noting that Evgeny Malkin he's tied with Blake Wheeler to be the oldest person in the top 10 for goals.
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, and he's in second place.
Just look at
what list are you looking at?
Yeah, what
Wait, Jordan,
site
you're on
are
the
you
wrong
on?
list.
You're on
I just picked the first list I found.
Hockey.com.
That
was also points.
I'm pretty sure Eric
We're on
Stahl
goals. You're right here with Ovechkin and his smug face.
Yep. Jordan, we were literally just talking about how old Eric Stahl is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Eric Stahl is older. But
oh, geez, never mind, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where's the age of Pat? Can you click on Patrick Laine real quick? He's the second guy.
I know Patrick Laine.
Yeah.
Look at that.
He's 19.
He's younger than us.
Jordan.
Not my fault.
He's younger than us. I thought
It is a 19-year-old that currently has 43 goals, 25 assists, and 68 points.
It's wild.
Leading the Jets. It'll be very fun to watch that team in the playoffs.
Oh, he's a big
15 game points.
They're going to clinch. They should clinch a playoff spot here pretty soon.
So a 15 game point streak is the longest streak by a teenager in the NHL history.
And the longest in Winnipeg Jet history, which also goes back to Thrasher history, which also goes back to
Winnipeg Jet history.
The Winnipeg Jet history again. He's on a organizationally historic tear.
Yep.
The only thing I don't like
And
about
the boy is
Laine,
19.
The only thing I don't like about him is that neck beard. It is hideous.
Make sure you pause that in case that video comes up again. I know you're looking at his. Yep,
But-
there it is.
Jordan, you see the headshot of him.
Yeah.
His beard is way larger now, and it's still only his chin and underneath. It is the.
There is a player on the Pirates. What is his name? AJ Schugel that was babyface last year. He has a neck beard this year. I saw that. That was just scary.
Jordan video.
Nope.
Jordan,
stop this.
At least we know that sound plays.
Yeah, that's
We
good
can start
for future
doing that,
reference. We'll try to improve this show for you guys' quality. Should I run down the standings real quick and then we talk a little bit?
Yeah, One more note on this though. All these goals being scored, Nikita Kucherov only has 36. Only 36. Whenever I was going from 38 or up.
Yeah.
He'll clearly get 40, but
what I want from the rest of the season, point wise, I want Malkin at 100 because there hasn't been a Penguin that has hit 100 in a while.
He's got enough time.
He needs.
Crosby did it not that long ago, I thought.
It wasn't in the past couple of years. You look that up. I will go down the standings right now. We still have Washington, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia in the Metropolitan Division, all separated by 4 points.
My God, I forgot how bad the NHL site is. Sorry.
Yes, it's very slow.
Go ahead.
The Atlantic Division is Tampa, Boston, Toronto. Again, has been that way for a while. Tampa Bay clinched a playoff spot yesterday or the day before. I cannot remember. The wild card is right now led by Columbus and New Jersey. They're 1 point separated, and then there's a 5-point discrepancy before Florida. But Florida also has 69 games played, the least amount of games played in the NHL, followed up by Carolina, the Rangers, the Islanders, the Montreal, and then the other teams that aren't eligible for the playoffs anymore. In the Western Conference, we have Nashville, who was the first team, as Jordan said, to clinch a playoff spot. They have 104 points. They're eyeing up that President's Trophy. Just be careful what you wish for. That is a curse. We also have Winnipeg and Minnesota. Then we have in the Pacific Division, Vegas, San Jose, Anaheim. Wild card there of Colorado, Los Angeles. This is really, between them and Anaheim, all the wild card teams in Anaheim, it has been bouncing back and forth all week. It's been fun to watch. This is really a good time for the NHL. The last 3 weeks. So if you're a playoff fan, start watching now because it's great hockey right now as well. But we also have right out of the spot, we have Dallas, St. Louis, and Calgary who all have chances. Chicago should be eliminated from contention tonight.
Yay! I'm happy.
If I did the math correctly. If certain teams win.
Yeah. Doesn't Colorado just have to win a game?
Well, yeah, but there's other teams other than Colorado that are in the playoff spot that they can catch.
Okay,
As of right now, they can't catch anybody in the top 3, so it's just wild card.
Well, wait.
So is that it for your standings? Because I got the stats in front of me.
You got the stats? Hit it.
Crosby's last 100-point season was in the 13-14 season where he had 104.
Oh.
So leaves 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17.
Yeah, so
that's 3.
It's been a couple years. That was his 5th time having 100 or more points in a single season.
How many does Malkin have,
That's what
if
I
I
was
may
about to say.
ask?
That's what I was about to say. He's only done it 3 times.
So he will have 4.
And it'll be his first time since the 2011-2012 season.
Same season that I said since 2012. I don't know. I think that is the season he had 40 goals.
He had 50.
Yeah, that's the last time he had 40.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is. He only had 9 in the shortened season. I didn't know that.
No, here's the thing. The playoffs are going to be great this year. The East basically has the teams unless Florida goes on a tear. I mean, they have the least amount of games played, but they're also 5 points back at the next team. And that's the Metro Division, which is the Metro Division is not going to lose many games.
Nope. Metro's too
In
tight
the West,
too
it's
good.
in the West it's a dogfight. And I'm fine with
And it has
everybody
been-
in there.
it has been all
except
season,
for
too.
Anaheim.
How do they squeeze in?
They're the third in the Pacific because they have 86 points.
Yep.
Los Angeles has 84.
Colorado has 86 as well.
Well, yeah, but that's
Oh, you're in the-
Pacific Division.
I'm sorry.
Los Angeles would have to be the team because Calgary only has 80. So I want Los Angeles to hop Anaheim, and I want Dallas and Colorado in the playoffs. I'm fine with St. Louis missing just because.
I don't really care for St. Louis.
Yeah, I just want Anaheim out.
They're boring.
They're not boring. They're boring. Yeah, they're boring.
Yeah, they're boring.
Plus, they've won the last 5 Pacific Division titles, so I'm tired of seeing them in the playoffs because they're not going to win. Every other team has a chance. Anaheim, I don't think has ever, in my mind, been a favorite to win the cup.
They've never been like, oh,
they've never been a threat.
They're like, oh, Anaheim's in, they got it.
All right,
no,
boys.
Never mind.
It is time to wrap.
It is time to wrap this up. This was one of our best shows, I'm
Wow.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a jam-packed hour. We will be back next week for episode 7, episode Ben Roethlisberger. I'm stealing your job.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? You can take
An
you can take
episode
that.
Mark
Eaton.
and
Eaton. And Jordan.
Jordan
There
turned
you
my
go.
mic off, but we are going to be back next week. Thank you guys, and we will see you next week.
Goodbye.